Hey folks, I'm Jeff and this is the Ottawa Bike and Trail YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Today I am out on a little ride on my midnight special. For the last month or so, I've been spending a lot of time on the new Surly Straggler. Made a video about it. A lot of you watched it. If you didn't, go back and check that one out. This one will make a lot more sense. But with the new changes in the Straggler, new frame geometry, through axles, a lot of folks are asking, why not just get a midnight special? And it's a fair question, especially given the fact that they're both now in the same price range. But let me tell you, these are two very different bikes. And in this video, I'm going to tell you why I think that's the case and help you decide which of these two Surlys is right for you. So check it out. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let's get on with it. The first thing is that the geometry of these frames is very different. Surly designed the Straggler as a gravel specific bike that's more stable. It has longer chain stays, a longer wheelbase, a slacker head tube. It also has a higher trail and a lower standover height. So if you're ever interested in comparing two bikes, a great website to use is Bike Insights, and they have a very in-depth database of all of the main production bikes out there and their associated geometries, so you can put in two different bikes and compare all the different statistics. So I'm not going to go through all of the statistics, but I do want to point out a few that I think are important in this case. Alright, so first let's talk about the stack and head tube angle. The new Straggler has a stack of 570.7 millimeters, which is about 10 millimeters taller than the Midnight Special. It also has a slightly slacker head tube angle. Both of these things combine to put you in a more upright riding position, which is more relaxed, and it makes the bike a little more stable, which is really ideal for gravel and long distance comfort. The Midnight Special with the lower stack and steeper head angle puts you in a slightly more aggressive riding position, which gives the bike a quicker, more responsive steering, which feels great on the road, but maybe not so great on rough gravel. If you're riding gravel like this, I'm going to recommend the Straggler. Alright, so now let's talk about chain stays and wheelbase. The Straggler has a 435 millimeter chain stay and a 1033.6 millimeter wheelbase compared to 425 millimeters and 1018 millimeters on the Midnight Special. These longer numbers make the Straggler more stable and predictable, especially when loaded with bags or on rough terrain. The shorter stays and wheelbase on the Midnight Special give it a livelier, more agile feel that responds quickly to rider input, better for speed and cornering on pavement. Alright, now let's talk about trail. The Straggler has a 71.4 millimeter of trail, while the Midnight Special comes in at 57.6 millimeters. That's a big difference. The higher trail number means the Straggler feels steady and planted even at speed or on loose gravel. The lower trail on the Midnight Special makes it more nimble and twitchy, perfect for fast handling on the road.
So on pavement like this, get the Midnight Special.
All right, guys, so one other important thing to talk about on these two bikes is tire clearance. So the Straggler can take up to 50 millimeter tires without fenders. It comes with 700 by 45 tires. And the Midnight Special can take up to 42 millimeter tires. It comes with 700 by 38 road tires. So that's quite a big difference. Now I know some of you are going to point out that the Midnight Special used to come in 650B wheel size, and that is true. And with the 650B wheel, you can run a 50 millimeter tire. So technically you can run a bigger tire, and if you're gonna run gravel mostly on the Midnight Special, I definitely would recommend running 650B wheels with a wider tire, so you can certainly accommodate more gravel that way. But in the standard configurations with 700C tires on both, you do have less clearance on the Midnight Special. So hopefully based on all of this, you can start to see that these are two very different bikes. The Midnight Special is clearly designed as an all-road bike, and the Surly Straggler is designed as a gravel or off-road bike. And if you look into it further, you're going to find that the old Straggler is much closer in terms of geometry to the Midnight Special than the new Straggler.
So if the question is, can the Midnight Special handle gravel? The answer is of course. And likewise, can the Surly Straggler handle the pavement? Of course. But each bike is sort of optimized for the different surfaces. If your riding consists mostly of gravel, you're going to be more comfortable on the Straggler. If your riding consists mostly of pavement, you're going to have a lot more fun on the Midnight Special. But for me, I do a lot of both. So I have a gravel bike for gravel and a couple of pavement bikes for riding around town. But I realize most people can't do that. And if you pick either of these bikes, they're both gonna make good multi-purpose bikes. So don't worry about it. Just ride them both if you can and make your decision that way. On your left. How you doing?
All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Let us know in the comments below, what do you think? We want to get the conversation started. Let's hear your questions. Let's hear your comments. And lastly, don't forget to visit ottawabikeandtrail.com. We've got a lot of great Surly stuff, a lot of really cool parts and accessories. And if you purchase something, that helps us keep the lights on at the store and also helps us continue to make these videos. And if you sign up for our newsletter, you're going to get 10% off your first purchase of parts or accessories. Unfortunately, bikes aren't included, but check that out. And lastly, why not like this video, subscribe to the channel to keep up what's going on. That's gonna do it for now. We'll see you in the next video.